has been a positive day for the Indian rupee, where you have seen the sentiment improve because of the gain in domestic equity markets, and the 61.85 level has come back. So more than 0.25% of a gain coming in for the rupee yet again. Vijay, how have you seen? This is yet another asset class which saw quite a bit of volatility in last 24 hours.
Absolutely right, Manisha, and we got to attribute today's strength in the rupee to the withdrawal of troops from Ukraine. Now, this is a news-driven trigger again for the markets, and I would still hold out my view that the scope of appreciation potential for the rupee still remains fairly limited to 61.80 odd levels in the spot segment. And even if it was to appreciate beyond that, I would give it till 60.60 because come end of March, and I would still expect a spike up in the US dollar to 62.5, maybe even 63 levels. So I would still remain a buyer on declines.
Let's also get in a view from Dr. Gangadhar Dharba, who's Executive Director, Nomura, with his take on where the rupee is headed forward because of the RBI-aided measures, really.
The steps that were taken from the central bank's standpoint ever since Dr. Rajan took over have had their positive impact across the markets. There's no question about that. But more interestingly, to give a metaphor, I think the markets have seen a dovish forward guidance by the central bank, whereas a hawkish policy action, as it's famously pointed out. And RBI on its part very clearly mentioned recently that it is neither a hawk nor a dove but an owl, in the sense that they were watching all the macro parameters in their policy making. Now from there, it is quite natural for the markets to be a little more uncertain, or markets to be a little more circumspect in their expectations about which way key parameters like exchange rates or interest rates are going to move. Clearly, in a political cycle coming to an end with an impending election in few months down the line, and the incumbent governments going for populist measures, one would expect most of the parameters would weaken, as we have seen in the past during election years.